Okay, the next thing we are going to work on is we are going to work on long distance sits and downs. Now the way we do this is we teach the dog, go ahead, sit. We teach the dog to target. You can use the mat if you've been using GoToMat, or you can use a smaller version of the mat. All done. And basically what we're going to do is, because she knows that going to the mat or going to the object, sit, makes her get fed, then we're going to use that in an attempt to get her to sit on command at a distance. Alex, sit. Good. Excellent. Now I'm not very far away, and I probably wouldn't try it from very far away, particularly in the beginning. In the beginning, I would get her right on this object and I'd sit. Yes. And I would reinforce her for sitting on the object 3 or 4 times. And then I would toss the treat away, and I would step maybe a foot away from it, and I would say, sit. It's good. And so now she's sitting at a distance. And again, if we reinforce her for being on the mat several times, then when we toss the treat off the mat, she's going to naturally turn right around, sit. That gives you the opportunity to ask for the sit at a distance. Now I'm going to take another step away, so I'm about 3 feet away now. Sit. Yes, good girl. So a little confusion there, and what I did was I just gave her a little signal rather than saying the word again. And toss a treat away from me. I'm going to step 4 feet away. Sit. Yes, good girl. And she's targeting the mat nicely. She's hesitating a little about sitting on cue, so I'm not going to go any further away. I'm going to toss a treat away. I'm going to do it again. As soon as she hits the mat, sit. Yes, good girl. So we're using the mat sort of as a locator. This is where I want you to do this behavior. Now, as she comes back, if she finds it, Alex, down. Yes, good girl, very nice. So same thing, we're gonna use that mat as a locator as to where she should do that. I'm gonna tell her, okay, I'm gonna tell her to down as she steps on the mat. Down. Yes, good girl. And now she doesn't have to come all the way back to me. She knows that being on the mat is a good thing. She's been reinforced for being on a mat for a long time. All done. And so now, as she comes toward the mat, down. Yes, very good. And each time she does the right behavior, I'm clicking first, making sure she knows she's got the right behavior. Yes, off. Good girl. Down. Yeah, very good. Excellent. So that is one way to teach a long distance sit and a down. And what I mean by long distance is when you say the word sit, the dog should sit wherever they are. They shouldn't have to come all the way up to you and then sit. And this is can be really critical. You know, if your dog is across the street and running towards you, you want that dog to sit or down, and you want them to down where they are. You don't want them to run across that street. So really good behavior to begin to work with, but make sure you do it in little bitty increments. This is something you start inside and you start 1 foot away. And when it starts working 1 foot away, get it really working well, and then you move 2 feet away, and then you move 3 feet away. But I like the use of a target mat to help the dog understand where to stop. And it just, your timing has to be good. You have to say sit just as they come up to the mat. so that basically their feet hit the mat, you say sit, and there they go. All right, so that is your challenge behavior for today. Long distance sits and downs.